What's that?
Is that the only reason? Because we are literally just sorry.
Well, yeah, you gotta stop at a stop sign.
Sorry.
That would be
It's honestly the snow.
Is she okay? The air's not on and it's summer. You're wearing the wrong clothes and you have the wrong figure.
Have you ever witnessed someone who just can't help but stir up trouble? Meet Karen, the notorious troublemaker who seems to thrive on creating chaos in everyday situations. In today's video, we dive into some of her most outrageous moments and the havoc she causes wherever she goes. Let's go to the first case. On December 1st, 2023, at approximately 10:41 p.m., a traffic stop initiated by Officer Jared O'Burton of the Pullman Police Department led to the arrest of a 20-year-old woman named Faith for driving under the influence DUI. The incident began when Officer O'Burton observed Faith's 2011 Subaru Legacy fail to stop at a stop sign on NEB Street. Activating his emergency lights, he signaled her to pull over in front of the Sigma Chi fraternity house on California Street.
Awesome, okay. 48 coming to me. Okay. Faith, is it?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, Faith.
Is that the only reason?
What's that?
Is that the only reason? Because we are literally just sorry.
Well, yeah, you gotta stop at a stop sign.
Sorry.
That would be
It's
a reason.
honestly the snow.
What does that have to do with it?
Because it's hard to stop.
Okay. Well, then if that was the case, then you were going too fast for the conditions.
I'm sorry.
And you slid through the stop sign and you
I'm
didn't
not
stop.
used to the snow. Sorry.
Okay, that makes sense. But you're from...
Yeah.
They don't get snow in...
No, not really.
Oh, okay. I thought they got a whole bunch over there.
Not really. And now I live once a year. Okay. And now I live in Arizona, so.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
about to get a new ID when I go there when I'm 21.
Oh, you live in Arizona. Okay.
Yeah.
But I take it, are you living in Pullman right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my last year.
Gotcha.
Upon making contact with Faith, Officer O'Burton detected the strong odor of a prohibited substance emanating from the vehicle and noted several indicators of impairment. Officer Mike Leggett arrived shortly thereafter to assist with the DUI investigation. Recognizing the signs of impairment, Officer Leggett requested that Faith exit the vehicle to participate in field sobriety exercises designed to assess her ability to operate a motor vehicle safely.
She said she was coming here anyway, so I'm sure once we're done, that's where she's coming. So.
Hello, miss.
Hi.
I'm Officer Leggett, Pullman PD.
Yes.
And is it okay if you step back here with me? You just step to the back of the car.
Is there a reason?
Yes, ma'am. We'll talk to you back here. So what I'd like to do is have you do a few voluntary field sobriety tests, all right?
Okay.
Just make sure you're safe to drive.
Yep.
Is that okay to do?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So with that, we're going to be doing 3 tests. All it is real simple stuff to make sure you're good to drive. Yeah, I think we got to look for a...
Faith consented to perform the field sobriety tests, beginning with the horizontal gaze nystagmus kneeing test. During this test, Officer Leggett observed a lack of smooth pursuit in Faith's eye movements, as well as distinct nystagmus at maximum deviation, and the onset of nystagmus before reaching 45 degrees, both indicators suggesting impairment. The second test, the walk and turn, revealed further issues, as Faith took 14 steps forward instead of the instructed 9, failing to maintain the heel-to-toe position on each step.
Right here, follow this pen right here. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Just clicker. So I'm going to do a few tests. Right now, put your feet together, hands to your side, just like that. Stay just like that. Follow this pen with your eyes and only your eyes. Don't move your head, okay? Don't move your head, please. Yep. Okay. Okay, so right there.
But I'm cold. I'm like shaking hella.
Oh, this isn't too bad. We'll be done soon.
Like my eyes cannot go that perimeter.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it right at the edge. Keep watching that pin. see it?
I can't even see it fast.
Alright. Keep watching it. Okay, you dip your chin down just a bit. Yep, just like that. Let me know when you can't see this pen. I'm gonna go up with it. Okay. How about that? So next test is gonna be a walking test, okay?
Okay.
Called the
How do
walking.
you walk like a penguin, by the way?
You do walk with a penguin.
This one goes in.
Starting early. Good night. Continue. Okay. Next test, ma'am. So next test is going to be what we call a standing one-leg stand. Okay? One leg up. It's okay. Stay right there. You're going to be all right.
Actually, coming right here. I'm sorry.
Okay. So stay right there. I'm going to put you in the start position for the next test. Okay. This is one of our last tests. So feet together, hands at your side. Just like that. Don't move from that until I tell you to. All right. So the test is going to be a one-legged stand. I'm going to demonstrate what
One-legged?
Yeah, one leg. That's
It's
right.
like ballet.
I know, it's tricky stuff.
It's like ballet.
Okay, so from here, your start position, don't begin until I tell you to. Do you understand that?
Shaking.
Okay.
Okay.
So from here, you're going to lift up one leg. I don't care which leg you do. Pick one leg, lift it up approximately 6 inches. You're going to point your toe, and you're going to count until I tell you to stop. But you're going to count like this: 1001, 1002, 1003, and keep counting that way until I tell you to stop. You understand that? That works. Find a comfortable spot. Okay, so a few notes to make about this.
Yeah, I got it.
Keep your eyes on your foot. Keep your hands at your side. Count each step as I instructed. And don't stop until I tell you to, okay? You can begin now.
The final test was the one-leg stand, during which Faith struggled to balance. She was unable to keep her foot raised as required and put it down after approximately 10 seconds. After completing the tests, Officer Leggett requested Faith to take a preliminary breath test (PBT), but she declined, which further raised suspicions regarding her sobriety.
Just keep going. Okay, miss, you can stop, okay? Okay, so from here, Faith, was it right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you if you could do a voluntary PBT. That's a preliminary breath test. And with that, no thank you, okay. You sure we can? Okay.
I've done it before here.
Okay.
And I'm just coming here and a little bit.
Yeah, just hang out for just a second, okay? Okay, Faith, so at this time, you're under arrest for Okay, ma'am, we're going to take a ride in my car. Okay, we're going to go to the Pullman Police Department. Turn this way, ma'am. Come with me to your right, turn to your right. Watch your step. Face this right here, and put your forehead right there.
Based on the observations made during the field sobriety tests, her inability to perform adequately, and her refusal to take the PBT, Officer Leggett arrested Faith for driving under the influence. She was placed in the patrol car and transported to the Pullman Police Department for processing. At the station, Officer Leggett read Faith her Miranda rights and the implied consent warning. Despite her initial reluctance, she ultimately agreed to provide breath samples for testing.
No more than 6 hours you can be held, so you're basically just going to go sleep it off. And then, but she has your phone, so when you do get released, you can call your friends and they can come get you and stuff like that.
Okay.
Your car, what do you want to happen to that? They,
So we're arrested, you get arrested for DUI. Okay? You're gonna... 21. RCW 4661.402 or RCW 4661.504, driving or being in actual physical control of a motor vehicle while under the influence of intoxicating liquor and or drugs. That's what you're arrested for. Okay. Further, you are now being asked to submit a test of your breath, which consists of 2 separate samples of your breath taken independently to determine alcohol concentration. That's what this is for. You are now advised that you have the right to refuse the breath test, and that if you refuse, your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive will be revoked or denied by the Department of Licensing for at least 1 year, and your refusal to submit to this test may be used in a criminal trial. You are further advised that if you submit to this breath test and the test is administered, your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive will be suspended, revoked, or denied by the Department of Licensing for at least 90 days if you are age 21 or over, and the test indicates the alcohol concentration of your breath is 0.08 or more, or you are in violation of RCW 46.
After a 20-minute observation period, Faith admitted to consuming alcohol earlier that night. The results from the breathalyzer indicated a blood alcohol concentration back of 0.216%, significantly exceeding the legal limit of 0.08%. Following the testing, Faith was placed in a holding cell and subsequently photographed and fingerprinted.
Request for a hearing UI. It's not about your trial or anything. It's about the upcoming suspension of your driver's license. If you'd like that opportunity, just make sure you fill out the paperwork. Send in a check for $375 within 7 days of today. You have court on Monday, 3 p.m. in Colfax. You have to show up, otherwise there's a warrant of arrest. Did he explain the citation to you? No. Okay. That's just for your records. What's the black coat yours?
After a brief period in custody, her belongings were returned to her, and she was released with a summons to appear in court. Officer Leggett cited Faith under RERC 46.61.502 for driving under the influence, a serious offense in Washington state. This law outlines the penalties for operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs, with consequences that may include fines, license suspension, and potential jail time, especially with a back over 0.15%, which is classified as an aggravated DUI. In summary, Faith's encounter with law enforcement serves as a critical reminder of the severe implications of impaired driving. Under RERC 6.61.502, individuals charged with DUI may face up to 1 year in jail and a fine of up to $5,000, along with mandatory alcohol education programs. The legal consequences extend beyond criminal penalties, affecting personal and professional aspects of the offender's life. Okay, why don't we go to the next situation and see what's interesting? April 22nd, 2024. In the early hours of a summer night in Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin, an incident involving a 35-year-old woman named Mallory Griffin unfolded, highlighting the challenges law enforcement faces with intoxicated individuals. The situation began when police received reports of a reckless driver, later identified as Griffin, who was allegedly speeding upwards of 60 mph in a 30 mph zone. This report set off a series of events that would lead to her eventual arrest.
Put both hands outside the car.
The police encountered Griffin driving a white Beam with Illinois plates. After briefly stopping for an officer, she decided to flee the scene, prompting a police chase. After a short pursuit, she was pulled over again but displayed erratic behavior, laughing and flipping off the officers. The dash camera footage revealed her throwing an object out of the window, a bottle of hand sanitizer, before coming to a stop once more.
Didn't hit the sticks yet.
Get your hands up! Out of the car, do it now. You're out of the car, do it now. Step out!
You gotta do things. Face the car, stand behind
Stop resisting.
Unit line for 28.
A little better. What are you doing?
Should be a what, ma'am?
Why are you shaking?
Contact
I'm not shaking.
Alright.
You almost ran me over.
No, that was a setup.
Oh, you set me up?
Upon exiting the vehicle, Griffin disregarded police commands and began to make derogatory comments, claiming the officers were set up to arrest her. Despite police attempts to conduct a sobriety check, Griffin continued to engage in bizarre behaviors, including attempting yoga poses in the patrol car and insulting the officers' appearances and fitness levels.
People hide things everywhere.
515, go ahead with your second place.
Clean your mouth. Open your mouth.
Out of River Hills.
All right, tongue up. All right.
Wow! This is so unsafe! I know. I just laugh. I just laugh.
Throughout the encounter, law enforcement remained professional, attempting to ascertain Griffin's mental and physical state while ensuring their own safety. After securing her in the patrol car, officers searched for the object she discarded and uncovered the hand sanitizer. Following a series of tests to determine her sobriety, including field sobriety tests, Griffin resisted cooperation, often shifting the blame to the officers and claiming her rights were violated.
Eager to be a cop. To lose a little weight.
Are you okay? It's Mallory, right? Are you kicking?
Oh, this is so funny. That is so funny. This is so funny. This is how people get in trouble, huh? Police set people up. You wonder how much of a reward they get. Do they get a bonus? No. They get underpaid to stand around and do nothing. Well, that's why they're fat. She's fat too. She's too fat to be a police officer. And she should be wearing contacts.
Dostali. Oh, that was a good one.
700 dispatch.
Those
794. 23.
so fat. Too fat to be a cop.
Alright.
No, it's fine.
You can't have this. Let go. No. Who says?
It's fine.
You're in our custody. No. Hey, somebody else come over here, please.
You should have taken them away before I got in the car. Be a bomb.
Okay.
I could have blown you up.
Never mind.
It's a little separate your feet. Wow! What if I was molested? That's great! Wow! Oh my god!
Undo your hands. When this cuff comes off, place it on top of your head, palm face up. Do it now. Do it now. Arm up.
Do it. Then you go to school?
You're doing it.
You can do it. You went to school.
Okay. That's the only medication that you're on?
What else would I be on?
I'm not sure.
Because I'm skinny, I take Adderall.
That is not what I
Because I have
said.
a bad reputation in
Alright,
Illinois.
have you had
in high
any
school?
head injuries in the last couple months?
Why would I have a head injury?
I don't know people's medical history.
You should have asked that before you brought me to the jail. You should have asked me why was I driving so fast. You should have said, are you diabetic? Are you from Wisconsin?
We can go over those questions right now before we do
There's
the
no reason you
test.
should have taken it this far. No reason.
Okay.
Mallory insists on being questioned before testing, and the officers oblige.
The officers noted her behavior, which suggested she might be under the influence of drugs or alcohol. After several failed attempts to perform standard sobriety tests, they proceeded to administer a breathalyzer test, citing Griffin for several violations, including operating while intoxicated, resisting arrest, speeding, and driving an unregistered vehicle.
I drink alcohol when I get pissed off.
Moments later, officers get back to those field sobriety tests when the suspect brings out her inner yogi.
All right. On to the test. You can please stand up again. Are there any ailments with your legs that would affect your walking or balance?
Ask him. He's a cop.
I'm asking you because you're going to be performing the test.
Can you do what I can do? Can you do this and you're a cop? And I haven't worked out in 3 years?
That's pretty
And
good.
you're a cop.
That's pretty good. No, I probably can't do that.
Yeah, you should. You should look like me if you want to be a cop.
Okay.
Same with him. He should look like him, but I bet he couldn't do what I just did. Put me in a cell and end it.
All right, feet together.
You look like the biggest idiot doing what people tell you to do.
Hands down by your side.
Like phone on me. My GPS was not working, and you arrested me for no reason. I have PTSD, and this triggers it, and this
All right,
is not
you're
funny.
gonna listen to this officer right now.
Throw me in a cell for no reason.
I'm gonna have you take a big deep breath in, see what's on the tube, then blow out, kind of like you're blowing up a big balloon, okay? Big deep breath in for me. See what's on tube? Blow out. Good. Stop. A little too hard. Can't be that hard though. This thing's finicky. Needs a nice even.
Should be updated every month.
It's tested every month. All right, you ready? Big deep breath, but not that hard, okay? Big deep breath in and blow out. No, you gotta keep going until I tell you to stop, okay? Let me get a new tube there. Big deep breath, it goes nice and steady, just like that, okay? Here we go, and I can do a big deep breath in and blow out. Keep going. Good, stop, thank you.
And then I'm just gonna need your ponytail thing.
Griffin's actions violated several laws under Wisconsin state statutes. OE operating while intoxicated under Wisconsin Statute SSS 346.631A. Operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of an intoxicant is a serious offense. A first offense can result in a fine of up to $300, license suspension for 6 to 9 months, and mandatory participation in an alcohol assessment program. Resisting arrest, according to Wisconsin Statutes 946.41, it is illegal to resist or obstruct an officer attempting to perform their duties. Penalties can include fines up to $10,000 or imprisonment for up to 9 months for a misdemeanor charge. Driving an unregistered vehicle, Wisconsin law requires vehicles to be properly registered. Operating an unregistered vehicle can lead to fines up to $200. All right, let's move on to the next scenario and see what catches our attention. On April 12, 2021, a dangerous high-speed chase unfolded in Carroll County, Georgia, leading to a tragic shootout that left multiple law enforcement officers injured and one suspect dead. The incident began when a Georgia State Patrol trooper attempted to stop a Nissan Sentra driven by Baron Shelton, who was reportedly traveling over 100 miles per hour on the interstate. Initially, the driver failed to stop but later pulled to the side of the road, only to speed off again as the trooper approached. This reckless behavior marked the beginning of a chase that would escalate into violence. pursuit intensified. Dash camera footage captured Aaron Shelton's desperate attempt to evade capture. His cousin, Pierre Shelton, who was a passenger in the vehicle, brandished an AK-47 and opened fire on the pursuing officers. The situation quickly escalated, prompting a coordinated response from additional law enforcement units, including local police and sheriff's deputies. Amid the chaos, Sergeant Rob Holloway was shot in the head, leading to a crash of his squad car. The bravery of the officers involved in the pursuit is evident in their responses to the unfolding violence. In the midst of the gunfire, officers sought cover, and the scene became increasingly dangerous. Officer Chase Gordy, who responded to the scene, was also injured as shots rang out around him. The harrowing video footage from various officers' body cameras and dash cameras provides a chilling account of the events as they unfolded. Ultimately, Pierre Shelton lost his life in the exchange, while Aaron Shelton was apprehended at the scene.
6-6, back off of it, back off of it. Back off, let's see what they do. Dispatch, we're right here going 69 miles an hour, waiting to see what we do. We're turning right on Bankhead Highway. Alright, give me some people up here, let's get ready to do felony stop. If not, back off just a little, we're going to follow at this distance. Dispatch, we're going 60 miles an hour, Bankhead Highway, we're passing Barnes Store, get Villa Rica set up, spikes at Bay Springs. Buffalo with some kind of 8 frame, something up under it, definitely AR stop. Hey, just make sure we're backed off just enough, okay? I'm going to try to turn on my scene lights. Dispatch, we are going about 90 miles an hour, we are coming up on Old Airport Road.
But only a minute later, shots are fired toward Holloway.
They're hitting their brakes. I'm waiting to see what they're about to do. Chief went back off of them. 619, you got Grand B Connor. You got to worry about the spikes. I know, but I don't want to get up here where they're moving around. I'd rather just go ahead and disable them.
Sergeant Holloway was shot in the head and crashed his squad car as a result.
Following the incident, Aaron Shelton faced serious legal repercussions. He was indicted on 22 counts, including felony murder, felony fleeing, and aggravated assault against law enforcement officers. These charges highlight the severe consequences of his actions during the high-speed chase and subsequent shootout. Shelton was ultimately convicted and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, illustrating the gravity of his offenses. From a legal perspective, the actions of Aaron Shelton violated several critical statutes within the Georgia Code. Primarily, his conduct can be examined under the following laws. Felony Murder OCGASS 1651. This law holds individuals accountable for murder If they commit a felony that results in someone's death, the penalty for felony murder in Georgia is life imprisonment. Fleeing and attempting to elude OOCG ASS 406395. This statute applies to individuals who attempt to evade law enforcement while operating a vehicle. Penalties can vary based on the circumstances, but they can lead to substantial fines and imprisonment. Aggravated assault OCGA SS 16521. This law prohibits the use of a deadly weapon with the intent to cause serious bodily injury to another person. Conviction can result in significant prison time, typically ranging from 1 to 20 years, depending on the severity of the offense. Alright fellas, what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and educational contents in the future. Thanks for your support.